Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is your host, the White Collar Goon. As you can see, I am in a different shirt. I'm in different apparel today. I just came back from an interview. Somebody says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you working?" No, I am being of service. Actually, I'm always working. I'm working whenever I'm speaking with you, but I am being of service and I am putting myself in those positions to be of service and to spread the philanthropy, the angels in politics philanthropy. I know, like, you get so much of it, guys, ladies. I know you sometimes you're like, yo, we get so much and we don't really like it all the time, but now this energy is going to hospice, right? I just went to a hospice interview. Some people want to know what hospice is. I will say, first, look that up. But two, I would give you that information. Well, I didn't fully get the volunteer position yet. I just filled out paperwork, the background check. I have this reference papers that I need to get checked out. I have to do an orientation that will take place probably next month because I'll be gone doing my living yoga transformative experience in the mountains. Please pray for me for that. So there's things that are moving. There are things that are moving, and hospice is a person, or a hospice is a place whereby individuals are pretty much at that moment, whereby they might be transitioning into, their the afterlife. They're transitioning into, interfacing and meeting God and starting their next journey spiritually. So there are certain individuals who will be there, mostly family members who are looking after that, that mother or that father, or that individual who's pretty much maybe terminally ill, or pretty much might be at a certain age where it could be any time. So they just need that time to, some family members are doing this by themselves. There might be a couple who are taking care of their mother, their father-in-law, their mother-in-law, or their own biological mother or father. And they need some time for themselves too. They still want to go out on dates too. They still want to have dinner too. They still want to, like, stretch their legs and grab a coffee too. And it's a full-time job taking care of family members in that way. Some people will be like, "Yo, Gabe, you're going to be around death. You're going to be around maybe somebody who you will establish, cultivate, sustain a relationship with. Life is about meaningful relationships, but they could easily be passing. They could pass very soon. This is a beautiful thing. Not that they're passing, but it's a beautiful thing to be that light, or learn from them what is truly important in life. What do you value in life now that you are at this stage of you're pretty much knocking on heaven's door, and you're gonna be entering that spiritual realm. What is it that you appreciate? What is it that you value? What is it that you're thankful for? And I'm actually excited. I'm actually what they will classify as keen. I'm keen to be of service, to be a vessel, to be used as the Lord's instrument. Somebody might say, "What instrument would you be?" Maybe a trumpet. Trumpets can get loud. I can get very loud. Trumpets get very loud. I don't know. Like, maybe I could be a trumpet or something. Not a strumpet. I mean, I can be that too. But, like, I don't think they want that for me. But a trumpet, yes. So, yeah, I'll be used as a vessel. And I think the interview went well. I mean, I can talk the talk. It's funny, whenever you're filling out an application, it might ask, like, what are your skills? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? And it's like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, like, like how, like, trying to explain yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. It's like, come on, like, we can't do this. I can't do this. I'm an extroverted, intuitive, feeling, perceiving person who is type A. So it's like, what are my skills? What are my traits? What are my hobbies? Social, highly sociable, extremely sociable. It's just social. Just that's me. Like, so I just wrote that down. But the lady was really cool. The lady was very communicative, very nice, free flowing conversation. You can be comfortable with her, and I liked it. I liked the environment. There are nice people there. I didn't get to speak with everybody, but the energy was nice. The energy was conducive. The energy was warm. I told you a few videos earlier. I went to this center for intellectual disabilities. There was a center. Actually, it's very similar to a place called Dreamland, whereby my close friend of the family, actually, is my mom's best friend, and her son, is the same age as me, or we're around the same age. He's 30, so we grew up kind of together. My friend's mom hosts a center like this, or a house or a residency for people, adults with disabilities. And she's had it for years, over 20 years. Like, I'm talking like it's her thing, and that's her gift. She loves it. And I remember being in elementary school, maybe like middle school, not even middle school, probably like, yeah, I don't know, fifth grade, maybe, fifth grade, probably, going to Orangeburg, South Carolina, and going to this residency, and meeting all these different personalities. And there are people whose disabilities were a bit more apparent than others. Some people seem like normal people, and then they're all like, everybody. What is normal? Like, normal is a subjective term, but like, they seem to, like, some people seem like they're disabilities, or they were a bit more handy capable than others. And but everybody, it was just a beautiful environment. I mean, I know there are some people who, like, I could never see myself in that environment, but like, as a fifth grader, as a fourth grader, I felt kind of welcome. I felt kind of warm there, because I'm a people person, and yeah, it was cool. I remember a guy named Dennis, who, I mean, I still remember him to this day. And he was a relatively younger guy, and I kind of wonder. I'm like, man, what are you doing here? Like, you seem normal, or like, what does that mean? Like, what does seeming normal mean? But just that type of thing. So, yeah, the fact that I'm here at a hospice, and the fact that I'm going to an organization later on today that works with kids, and the fact that I try to, be of service at this intellectual disability place, and like, the ladies were like looking through the window, and speaking to me over the intercom, and not letting me inside. Well, not letting me. The place was closed. I came after hours. It was like 4:30, so they shouldn't have let me inside, and they didn't, because of the residents that they have there. Like, I mean, there are specific and stringent, you know reasons as to why they have these barriers in place. Like, random motherfuckers just can't be walking in, interfacing with individuals who have certain disabilities that could, like, trigger actions and behaviors that are unwarranted, so to speak. So, long story short, I told them. They were like, "Why are you here? Are you looking for a job? Just email us," or whatever the case may be. I'm like, "No, I'm not looking for a job. I'm not looking to take anybody's job. Like, I'm just trying to be a volunteer, and if there's anything that I can do." And they were like, "What is it that you do?" And I'm like, "What is it that I do? What is it that I do? I mean, where do I start?" But I mean, they really weren't. I finally got to speak to, I guess, the lady who runs the center, and she was very nice, very candid. We spoke for a few moments, and after I gave her my spiel of, political connections, and, you know being a person who's a proponent of spiritual alignment and manifestation, dreams manifestation, self-actualization, really just emphasizing reading, writing, speaking, communicating, that type of thing. She was like, "Yeah, that sounds good, but we still don't really know what it is that you do. So, like, no, we kind of don't need any help. We don't need any volunteers. We're okay." And I'm so glad she said that, because I felt like, just based on the initial interaction, the initial, yeah, the first impressions and the initial interactions, I felt like, well, maybe this isn't the place for me right now. Or, not to say that wasn't a place that needed me. Maybe it was like the lady said, that we don't need any help. And I'm glad that you are trying to be of service, but we're okay. We are okay. We're okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. We're fine. So it's cool. Like, I'm going to go to this orientation today that works with kids who are transitioning from a homeless environment, or, being on the streets, or being in a deprived, disenfranchised ecosystem. And now they are transitioning them to a place of stability. And a lot of these kids grew up without having some type of, without having some type of communication, or interactions with people who can provide them with information about, or who can provide them with information pertaining to health, wealth, wellness, aligning their personalities and passions with their purpose, positioning themselves, pivoting themselves to different different environments, different people, making connections with different people, enhancing yourself on every area of expression, your physical self, your mental self, your psychological self, your spiritual self, your emotional self. This type of thing. This is that information they're going to be getting from me. Like, I hope the kids are motherfucking ready, because it's going to be like spiritual pistol shooting. That's that Yu Yu Hakusho, if you know that TV show. But yeah, like that's pretty much what I'm coming to do. And I think the lady who runs this 4Kids organization in Norfolk is actually a yoga teacher for the YMCA. And I just met the YMCA yoga teacher at the Barnes and Noble last week whenever I'm doing my studies. So it's all about alignment, and things are about frequency and being linked. And we are, like, the world is this, or the universe is, to me, some, like, I would say, puzzle. It's a puzzle, and we all have a piece. We're all integral pieces, and we fit. And you'll be surprised that once you start putting yourself into the world, once you start to meditate and pray and ask God for, purpose and alignment, and you continue your cultivation, you continue your refinement process, you're starting to read, you're starting to go out, and you're starting to just say, like, Lord, use me. You're going to start meeting these people, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, the lady at the hospice says, like, how did you find this place? I mean, I was like, at Starbucks, homegirl. I saw your flyer in Starbucks, and then I heard the name hospice here. Then I was looking at the Kundalini Awakening video by Master Chisholm. Chrism is his name, and he was talking about, like, once you go through your awakening, you're gonna be that light, and you're gonna need to be around people, because people will want to gravitate towards you. So you might be in the healing fields, you might be in the hospitals, you might be in hospice. That's I used to volunteer in hospitals, and I'm hearing the word hospice, so it's about alignment. The Lord was giving me, like, the path, and he said, Gabe, take it. Put yourself there. That's where I'm at right now. God bless. Color Goon.